Hi. So we initially shook Libra, but then I got annoyed with the camera. So I had to do it over again. And now we have Gemini. Gemini, this is your general read for September. I apologize that it's the middle of September, but you know. The next reading that you'll get will be from another place because I'm moving. So I appreciate your patience. Let's get started. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video. It's really late, so I'm going to try and do this, do laundry one more day, and then I have to go somewhere. I have to travel. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to Seattle. So I got to go to Seattle, and then when I come back from Seattle, I have to continue doing readings if I haven't already finished them, and continue packing my house. So the next time you see me, it'll be for, readings elsewhere. Now, check out your rising moon Venus sign for additional messages. Very important. This camera angle is really bugging me. I don't know why it's bugging me, but it's bugging me. We're going to start with your song. This is important that you get your song in. So let's do that. Lots of work stuff going on for you. Work stuff. Work stuff. Strong focus on work goals. Fixing something that's broken. Yeah, forgive me. I'm in my pajamas. I have to be in my pajamas because it's very late and I already worked my shift. Was off for an hour and a half and went back and worked more. It's work. Hey Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, what is your song for September? It's your general read, by the way. Might not resonate. Social media. I have 2 social media accounts. They are my private social media accounts. My Instagram is Ashes the Dawn, and I probably will not reach out to you from that. Scammers will ask you for personal readings. I only read off of YouTube. That's important to know. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Song. What is your song? I've got ringing over here. Fiction. Dreams and digital because it's better than nothing. Now the control is gone. Seems unreal when she dreams in digital. She's nothing more than fiction. Rider Waite for you. Oh, so you get something that's normal. We're going to do past, present, future for you. Classically done in denominations of 3. So we'll do 6. That's why we do 6. Not because we're trying to copy anybody or anything else like that. No. Because we do things in denominations of 3. Oftentimes. Life path of the artist. 3. Seeing 12 over here on this dice. So 3. But in particular the number 12. 12th of the month. Something happened on the 12th of the month, or December is of importance in some way, shape, or form. Christmas lights. Something about the Christmas lights. Gemini. Just refurbished. I'm seeing the sick bed. Seeing the Nine of Swords on the bottom here. Okay. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Past energy for you. Are you holding on to something for somebody? Retreat. Travel, trip over water. Movement. Movement forward, movement from one state to another. Movement from something that's upsetting to another place. Greener pastures, escape. Escapism. We'll see what the other cards have to say. We'll also clarify with the Sun, Moon, Tarot. Judgment card. You're either escaping having to make a decision, or you're in the past, or you are moving toward finally arriving at a decision. Sorry, I'm not going to take those two. That was me. That was an oops on my part. Arriving at a decision. Something here also about atonement. Something on the back of my head here. Defeating your enemies, or victory in vain. Truce. Truce after argument. Decisions handed down after argument. You are handing down a decision, or you're being handed down a decision. Looks like defeat on the other person's part. You seem to be the victor. Here, to the victor go the spoils in here. Yeah. Small check in the recent past. Could be a peace offering, timepiece as well. A clock. Hands of time. Hands of time. The ticking. Somebody bringing you a message about time. Are you saying to somebody it's about time? Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I apologize if I'm not speaking quite loud. I have been talking for hours upon hours today. I'm tired. So there's something about wanting to keep your mouth shut about something. Being told in particular to keep your mouth shut about something. And there being impatience Impatience. You can't wait for something to come up a certain time. You might be looking nervously at your watch in the past about something at the time, looking at the time. Lack of patience, grace for situations, losing your temper over something to do with time. Or a message that you're waiting for from somebody who's younger. You're not bringing the message forward, you're waiting for it, but you can't be patient about it any longer. You can't wait any longer. Just rushed energy there. Even though it's a Page of Pentacles, it still seems rushed because that Temperance card's in the reverse there. Trying to wait to hear news of something. Divided. There's dividedness. Dividedness. You didn't follow your intuition. You didn't follow your intuition, or something came about, something, a confession, a secret came out, something came to light, had to do with the union. Intuition went that way. Lack of intuition, rather, the secret coming out went that way. The High Priestess, Pisces energy, the Two of Cups went that way. Completely opposite directions, they split. This shouldn't even be here, really. This should actually be here in the present energy. Recent past, you couldn't wait for something to happen to meet up, a union of emotional fulfillment with someone. Impatience over it. Now you find yourself going against your better judgment. Going against your better judgment. Your intuition. Your intuition, you're not following your intuition. There's something that's come to light. After you've made a move or a trip overseas, you travel towards something to gain a better perspective. Secrets surfacing. We're shuffling backwards. Smelling cigarette smoke. I do smoke, I just don't smoke in my house. So I know what cigarette smells like, right? Don't smoke, kids. It's a terrible habit and you'll never ever give it up once you start. Well, you will if you're smart. Poetry. There's poetry in rhyme. Something about somebody that seems like poetry to you. Are you spellbound by somebody? Or something about the impatience of waiting to get into union with somebody. I've got ringing over here. Strength in reverse. Yeah, you lost your temper, you lack of courage. Judgment has to do with the loss of temper or lack of courage. The inability to tame the inner beast. That's what this confession or this secret has to do with. Something that's lustful and passionate. Leo energy. Pisces and Leo energy. Scorpionic Aries energy on the Judgment card up there. You could tell me I'm wrong. That's what I read it as. Another page. We've got young energy in here. Messages again. This is an apology. An apology over a lost temper. You might have been the one who won, but you don't feel like you won in an argument. You feel like there was something else greater that you did lose. Because you couldn't hold it together. You couldn't hold it together. This isn't the present. I'm reading verticals as I go, by the way. It's like you don't want, I'm hearing the words "I told you." Like somebody said, "I told you" during this conflict in the past. But it's like you didn't want to be right. You don't want to be right about something. It's not related to this. With it's not related to. I keep forgetting you can't see it. It's not related to over here with this union that you're impatiently waiting for in the past. She didn't want to be right. Gemini. I'm going to take the flipper. I'm not going to take those on the table. Okay, not 9. Being on guard, defensive. On guard and defensive. On the verge of victory and success, yet putting your walls up. We'll clarify everything, don't worry. While you're waiting. Your impatience has actually caused you to put your walls up and become defensive. Somebody delaying things has actually made you on guard. And in particular, you can see the defensive energy against this apology or this emotional message coming in. However small and inconsequential that it is, you can see the reticence on this person's face to accept it. It's like side-eyeing them. Gems, what else for present energy? The need to stretch, yeah. No, we're not doing that. Somebody's sick. Somebody's run down and feeling weak. Very quiet. Very quiet. It's almost like you might feel like you have to really strain to hear somebody. You have to get close to them to hear them talk. Or you feel very sensitive to loud sounds. And you're getting quiet when you talk. It's holding back words. Holding back words. The sick bed, I told you I saw it, the sick bed. Up at night. Grief during this time. Something unexpected happening. The worry and anxiety and fear. Trepidation. It's like you can actually, you're worried about this lightning striking, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. This sickbed, though. Grief, anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, nightmares, panic. But up in bed, worried. You're anticipating the tower. And then the tower comes. So cliche. I hate to say this. This is so cliche. I'm actually hearing lightning crashes. Yeah, lightning crashes. And then the old man cries, right? That's Scorpio energy on the tower. A shocking revelation or a shocking event. I'm getting that it's a shocking event. It's almost like you're not surprised even though you are surprised. It's almost like your worst fear coming to reality. But I almost feel like the longer you have to wait for things, the more anxious you get, which is why you're so impatient in the past. So the Temperance card's right above. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Swords, rather. The longer you have to wait for something, the longer it's delayed, the more you have to look at your watch, the more anxious and worried you get. This tower in and of itself might have nothing to do with a shocking event or your own worst fears. It might actually have to do with something shocking that has to do with this union in between the two in the past. Something surprising. But something sudden, a sudden shift in energy, a sudden transformation in energy, a sudden reduction to rubble, so that something new can be formed, rebuilt from the foundation. Something electric. In the future. What do we got? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. Yeah. Grief, loss, disappointment, abandonment along the river Styx. Mourning. And then protective energy, protecting your heart space, but also protecting your stability, your centeredness, your sense of self. Saving some finances up, potentially. Also, security. Attempting to preserve some security, a sense of security after experiencing that deep, profound loss there. That energy has to do with the Leo or Pisces. What happened during Leo season? So now you're trying to replenish your energy, save up, summon up the courage, the stability, the gumption I'm hearing, and to protect your energy at the same time. Summon up the courage. Summon up the courage to speak on something, get a small communication of emotional sorts out. Summon the courage to quiet, contemplative. So up the courage to confront somebody, Aries energy, or to approach an Aries masculine energy that rules with a firm hand. A decision maker, somebody who rules with confidence, somebody who makes decisions rather steadfast and confident. They're very decisive. They can sit in urgent, hot, warring energy, if they so choose. And on the negative aspect, can lead with fear. But generally speaking, is a very warm and nurturing masculine energy that is extremely confident and action-oriented. Something small you want to say to this individual, or it's something that you are expecting to come from this individual? You sum up the courage to say something to them. Are you trying to confront them? Or are you trying to apologize to them? I don't know. That's for you to decide. Empress. We got an Emperor and an Empress here. So there's your union of the two in the future. Taurus, Libra energy. So during, you could be dealing with an Aries, Taurus cusper. This is about connectedness with the earth. Creativity in its rawest form. Fertility. The earth mother. Because we have the two of them here. It could be that we have two partners who in the future we have one of them defensively responding to a small offer of an emotional nature. Rather not, yeah, an offer or communication. To me, the Empress looks more standoffish than the Emperor, because the Emperor is sitting forward while the Empress is sitting with her back to the Emperor. It could be that this is for creative effect, but it seems that she's rather on guard. Defensive. Grounded and firm standing in her decision-making abilities as well. Okay. What's left for Gemini? The end of September. And hand on my back. In the middle. That one went right on the floor. Time to take it. 2 seconds. Just like this. Oh, okay. Choices in love that are made after walking away from something that otherwise would be of emotional fulfillment and communication following. Those are 3 quite auspicious cards here. Do you know what else? It's time. It's timing in the future. It's the expression of April, May, June. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So during your birthday, you could experience a self-fulfilling prophecy where you will find yourself or somebody else walking away from what would normally be an emotionally fulfilling situation that in the very recent past, or in the, not so long ago past at least, was a union of the two in between you and somebody else. Potentially somebody you view as your empress, somebody who is either a Taurus or a Libra, who is extremely creative, might work with the earth, is connected and bound to the earth in some way, shape, or form, or extremely fertile in nature, or a leader. Aries. Communication. Could be that you're walking away from it because the communication isn't there. Or you could receive news of somebody walking away from somebody else, which all of a sudden inspires you to make a choice to evaluate the union of the two that you once were so happy with back then. It's shocking. Something that's a revelation that comes to you in the present, or is happening in the present, but the communication doesn't come to you about the whole thing kind of becoming a situation until April to June. Or you're dealing with somebody who's got Aries, Taurus, Gemini in their chart. Conversely, it could just be a Aries, Taurus cusper and a Taurus, Gemini cusper. That's a freaking long shot, though. Oh, it's a serious long shot. Okay, alright. There is dishonesty here. There is treachery here. There is somebody trying to make away with the swords in the night. That could be why you are looking for atonement. You're looking for judgment here. You're looking for decisions to be handed down. And you get your little victory. But you didn't want to win like that. Some of you didn't want to win the way you did. Alright. That's a weird reading. Okay, cool. I always like when they're a little weird. Okay. It seems like it's two different things going on. You got like love energy happening. You got something else that's got to do with, I feel like a legal situation or a weird health or worky type thing. There's not a whole lot of pentacles here though, man. There's like 2 pentacle cards in this whole thing. The rest is communication and cups. And a whole lot of mirror arcana. We're going to clarify with the Sun and Moon Tarot. Smaller deck. I actually found this tiny little deck of playing cards when I was cleaning out my bedroom set before I got rid of it. So I'm excited about that, because then I can start using these little guys at some point. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. The spinning of the wheel. Chance, fate. Things turning for the better. Okay. What are you moving towards in the past? You're moving away from something. You're getting out of a situation that you thought was emotional fulfillment. Turned out it really wasn't. What's this Judgment? A decision. Decision between what? Oh, a decision to drop burdens. There's something you're unburdening yourself of. Something that you know that you weren't supposed to know, perhaps. What is it? What is it? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not going to do that. Something about the union of the two. You know something about this meetup that you can't wait to happen, but you know something about it already before it even happens. What is this victory in vain, this defeat that happens, that you're winning the conflict. Somebody else is walking with their tail between their legs. You're smiling with your swords. 6 of Pentacles, something that helps you achieve equilibrium. It was the Scales of Justice, Libra. I always think of 6 of Pentacles as a Libran card. Something to do with charity, give and take. Maybe somebody took something from you, or you gave way too much in a situation and somebody's getting their just desserts. Yeah, the circle completes itself, right? Everything rights itself. The ship righted itself. One's face down, we'll keep it. The rest of this is coming right back up where it goes. Okay. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Something was supposed to begin that didn't. Could be a contract that was breached before it began. An offer that didn't go as planned. An offer that fell through. Somebody maybe was coming to you to set up an appointment or a time to meet up. And they're still watching you. Yes, you did just see me flip that card twice. I'm putting it back the way I found it. Somebody's watching you, or it comes in with impulsive communication, announcing a time or a date or something that's going to have you waiting impatiently for a union between you and somebody else. Does not necessarily have to be love and romance, but it does seem like that, given the fact that we have the Lovers and the Emperor and Empress down below. And then up here we have this whole decision, the judgment, the atonement, the thing that you're waiting to cast judgment on. Not the Chariot. Can't wait to move. Can't wait to move forward. Are you moving towards somebody? You're relocating towards somebody, because over here we have the Six of Swords. Kind of coupled up with a Two of Pentacles and a Two of Cups. Choosing to move towards somebody to be in union with them. And then over here we have the Chariot. Can't wait to move, to be in union with somebody. Somebody's watching. Somebody's watching this all happen. But you're impatient about it. You're impatient to get it underway. You're waiting for somebody to move so you can be in union. So you can witness the union of the two. It's like this anticipation about witnessing the union of the two. Moving to marry somebody? Could have to do with the church. Cancer and Taurus. In between Cancer and Taurus is Gemini, which is you. There's a reimagining of philosophies. Somebody's giving you advice, perhaps. Somebody's giving you counsel. This is about structures. Deeply rooted traditions. Something very traditional about this union. That's why you're so impatient about moving towards it. Now, I do want to stress that the Chariot is always my change of address card. Has been since I was like 15 years old. Always. Always. So I have to say, you know, think about it like that for a sec, you know. Just when you're thinking about that Chariot card, whenever it pops up for you. You know what I mean? If you're a reading person. This is your secret. You're putting your energy towards work in some way in the current. Didn't I say so when I was channeling? Eight of Pentacles. So what else about the secret? You're moving towards something that is going to promise you additional stability. Are you mastering something new, a new skill? It's putting you out of balance. Lack of courage is putting you out of balance. There's also a passionate communication that's kind of knocking you out of balance. Justice card in the reverse is what I just had here. But there's a lack of there's a communication that comes in that's super passionate, and it knocks you off kilter. It might cause you to lose your temper, or somebody might lose their temper towards you, and it might knock you for a loop. Alternatively, somebody might say something to you that's rather careless or passionate or naive, volatile, and it might knock you off balance and cause you to retreat for lack of courage. It might actually cause inhibitions for you. What do we have with this Page of Cups? What is the communication with that Page of Cups? I remember I did, when I pulled the Page of Cups, say that we are pulling young energy in here. And we are. We're pulling young energy. There's a lot of pages on this table already. We've got a lot of impulsive communication, a lot of reckless communication, a lot of fiery, passionate communication. We're taking the one that flipped in my hand and getting rid of all of these ones that spilled out. King of Cups. This little message has to do with Cancer, Pisces individual. I'm going to lean towards, it could have both in their chart actually, because each of these, that's interesting. That's curious. Sorry. Isn't that interesting? He's got a fish in his cup and he's got a crab in his cup. Somebody offering to take you out for seafood? I know that's so effing random, but it's like the childlike portion of this is a small little fickle message, you know what I mean? It's kind of like shy and silly and carefree and childish in a way, juvenile, if you will. But then the King of Cups is what it really is. It's like behind all of it is really somebody who wants to take you out for, you know, not fish in a cup. They want to take you out for crab in a cup. As if there's any distinction. Anyway. Let's see here. Tell me more. Tell me more on that one. Tell me more on that King of Cups. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm super tired. And if you can't already tell that I'm super tired, well, I'm sorry. If you haven't watched enough of my readings to know that, like, you know. And the funny thing is that I'm a night owl. But I'm effing tired. I've been night owling for too long. And somebody told me this really cool saying that I'm not going to say about owls and eagles and how I need to smarten my shit up because you can't be an owl, etc., etc. Anyway, it's fine. This person's taking a risk by coming to you with this, or you're the one taking the risk, but I think they're taking a risk by approaching you. By approaching you with this little cup of fish. I'm not going to say that ever again. But I feel like I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm tired. Do you see what's happening now? Do you see what's happening? I'm actually hungry and I want to eat on camera even because I ate like half of my dinner. There's somebody who might have Aries in their chart. They're taking a risk by coming to you. Throwing caution to the wind. They're coming to you with this little message. This is such a big, giant risk. Yeah, okay. You are trying to avoid conflict, and that's why you are sitting in defensive energy behind those that fence of wands. I wanted to say swords there. Ooh, it's almost like you're ready to stab somebody if they don't come correct. You know what I mean? You just stick them if they don't come correct, Gemini. I don't know why that's funny. Because you're sitting here in the present, laying there crying in front of the swords that you're going to stab them with if they mess with you. So, you know, that's not funny. It's like the Manson lyric. And you're not crying, this is blood all over me. You're expecting it to be a certain way, but I think there's something here about being very careful in your communication, that you're not hurting somebody's feelings, that you're not showing enough of a reaction to their emotion, or that you're not expressing enough emotion, or not providing them with the weight of response that would do justice to your relationship with somebody. Think about that line. And you're not crying, this is blood all over me. You're not crying. This is blood all over me. You know? Like, holy shit, that's a big line. That the gravity of that line is immense, you know? So, think about that. It's either you or somebody else who feels that way. Oh, getting it there. Crown chakra is important. Trying to manifest something. But what I'm getting here... Fuck. In between the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords, having the Magician, I think you might be doing this whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing. For real. For real, Gemini. I think your worry and your paranoia, and I mean that in the most respectful of ways that you can possibly be respectful while telling somebody that they might be paranoid about something, or overprotective, or, you know, too much on guard. I mean, you know, obviously exercise sound good judgment. You know, you don't want to be mixing with too many, you know, crazy people or weirdos or people who could be putting you at risk, you know. But I feel like here, looking at this, you have that Magician after the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. And you're already trying to avoid conflict. You're fulfilling, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The fears that you have are a self-fulfilling prophecy. I already said it, but now we know for sure. What are these fears? What are these fears and anxieties keeping you up late at night? Gemini. Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Just looking at the time. Gemini. Tell me more. What are the fears? Being stuck in a mental prison and having to be transparent about it. Being trapped and having to be transparent about it. The trapped feeling is indeed just a feeling. Mental prison is often the key words that we associate with the Eight of Swords, but really it is the feeling of being trapped. Stagnancy. Not being able to move no matter which way you turn. That feeling of futility, that you cannot, no matter what you do, no matter which way you move, that you do not have an inroad or an exit strategy. And it is a mental headspace for sure. With the Seven of Swords, the fear, of course, here if we're looking at the anxiety, the worry, the sleepless night, the nightmares. It's the Seven of Swords in reverse. You're going to have to admit that. You might have to admit that you've been keeping yourself trapped, that you're your own worst enemy, and that you are keeping yourself prisoner. Or that you're the cause of your own problems. That you keep yourself stuck. That your mental prison is keeping you locked in a tower that is going to topple real soon, if it hasn't already in the present. Has to do with this union of the two, though. Options, Seven of Cups, options of a romantic sense. But it's like draining your resources to go after these options. You might also be worried about, a two, the Two of Cups, a two, so maybe a life path number 2 coming along, but ending up in a marriage in the recent past with somebody, or moving to be with somebody with the promise of marriage, and ending up in a situation where somebody has more options than you thought they did, or you have more options than you thought you did, and everything is depleting your resources. Not just your resources, but your sense of stability and security in the connection. What is this? Grief, loss, disappointment, sickness, mourning of the Ten of Swords. Okay, well, you got Judgment, and then the Moon flipped. The Moon flipped in the reverse. The other cards remained on the table, so we're going to reabsorb them. But Judgment, had that up there in the same line almost. So one of these decisions is causing you a feeling of grief, loss, disappointment, abandonment. You're mourning your decision. You're mourning your decision. You are looking back and mourning your decision. But that's counterproductive. Don't mourn your decision. Learn. Learn from your... learn how one path led to one thing, and consider that if it didn't work out so well for you, you have an opportunity now to look at other avenues, right? And if there's something that did work out for you, as you should probably also recognize, no matter which decisions you make regarding, whatever it could be that we're looking at here, I think it's rooted in relationships. I don't think it's rooted in anything else. I see nothing else. Being okay with your decisions. I totally lost my train of thought there with that one little tiny tangent. This is in the reverse, and I picked it up in the upright also. Fear and confusion clearing. You want to clear up confusion. You want to be more decisive, or you want somebody else to be more decisive, because you would like confusion to be cleared up. You would like your fears to dissipate. You might also be getting answers from your dream state at this time, or meditation, as to which choice you should choose. It could be that your decisions are coming back to haunt you. But it's the moon in the reverse, so it's things coming to light that have to do with this abandonment or grief, disappointment. I'm getting real heavy-eyed, guys. Sorry. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Sudden change in fortune causing you to want to go into a mode of self-preservation in order to... My ear is itching, sorry. Self-preservation, or where you can feel that you are saving up your resources, replenishing your resources. Could be the twist of fate in the wrong direction. Fixed energy of Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus. Saving up for firmer foundations in the future. Not going so well because you have that twist of fate happening there. It's linked directly to the grief, loss, and disappointment that you're experiencing in the future. This Emperor, yeah, we got time here with the Ten of Cups. Hangman is what we have that I just put down. So now we have from Pisces season all the way through to the middle of June. So now we're looking at middle of February all the way through to middle of June in time cards, right? Gaining perspective. You're gaining perspective and learning something about an Aries individual, or you're getting to know an Aries individual. Sitting tight, not really moving a whole lot. Could be that this Aries individual is doing that to you. But then you have the Ten of Cups. There's emotional fulfillment that you know lies with this Emperor. But you're holding back, waiting for the day when you have gained enough perspective to be comfortable with your decision. That's what it seems like here. Tell me more. Anything else? Just traveling across, guys. Ace of Cups. Yeah. Okay, the union of the two. The beginning of the relationship. The beginning of the connection will happen in between Aries and Taurus season. April 20th. It'll be the beginning of a relationship. The beginning of their relationship that leads to a Ten of Cups, or after the Ten of Cups in a current relationship, reconnection happens. I'm not sitting up straight either. I'm totally slouched over and bent forward. Sorry. Maybe if I eat, I won't feel so tired. Anything else? Anything else? Okay. There's that Page of Cups again. In this deck, princesses or pages. But it's in the reverse this time. You're not going to be apologizing for the decisions you make in love. Either that or this particular individual. Your Taurus Libra individual, the Empress herself, the Empress. She will not be making apologies. Nor will she be communicating to you much about her decisions in love. There's a really neat thing somebody told me one time when I asked them about something. And they flat out told me that it was not my business. It's healthy boundary setting. And I think that's what this person is doing, is they're setting healthy boundaries. That it's okay in certain relationships for you not to know certain things. But here I think it's about the choices that somebody is making, and that they will not apologize for the choices that they make, that they're steadfast and confident in their own ability to make decisions. They don't need to look to you, said Emperor, to make those decisions for them, no matter how happy you make them. They have their own perspective to gain. You also have your own perspective. So the walking away, we got walking away. You both walking away from a situation. because the Seven of Wands in the reverse with Queen of Wands in the reverse. One of you is in third-party energy. The other of you is just fine with that because you're sick and tired of defending yourself. Okay, Gemini. What's this communication? What's this communication for Gemini? That's too many. Communication. What is the arrows? So, sorry. What are the arrows? 9 of Wands. Ooh, somebody's telling you, somebody is going to be messaging you when you've got your guard down. What are they going to be messaging you? What are they going to be communicating to you when you have your guard down? Or are they waiting for you to have your guard down? Just waiting till you really let your guard down. King of Swords, heart over head, intuition over intellect. Aquarian energy with the Hermit in the reverse, Virgo, coming out of contemplative isolation where you've connected with your higher self and your inner truth. Somebody's going to be communicating that they are from a space of heart before head, that they are using their intuition with this. Communication's got to do with their inner truth, something they've learned when they've been out on their own and taken some time to themselves. Capricorn energy on the bottom of the deck. Overall energy of that being that there is a need for connectedness with the baser human instincts. That there is a need to indulge for the sake of pleasure, because all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Or Jacqueline, you know, whichever. All right, cool. Let's get your affirmation, then we'll do your poetry, and then we'll be done with it, yeah? Cool. What is the affirmation that Gemini needs to hear to get through the month in one piece? This is the I Am Power Pack, by the way. Get it off of Etsy, I believe. I think I got it off of Etsy. It might have been Amazon, but I think it was Etsy. I don't know. Okay. What's your affirmation? I am wealthy. Yeah, and if not in your bank account of spirit. Yes, we're all winners here. Okay, cool. And let's get your magnetic poetry, then we'll be on our way. For Gemini. That could be a D or a P or... I'm getting rid of the ing because there's no point. Okay, there you go. This could be a P as well. Sorry. But that's what I got for you. Thanks for watching, Gemini. I appreciate it. Stay tuned. The sign with the most views will get their love reading first, but it'll be from another province in October. Thanks for watching again. Bye. Okay, yeah, there you go. Look at their spread. What a mess, hey? I don't think I'm going to do this way for a little bit. I think I'm going to take a break from these ones because they're kind of insane. Bye.